Good morning. Was having a conversation with my wife about ADHD and moved me to make this video. I'm a coach. I coach high school wrestling. I'm an assistant coach for high school wrestling. I have a jiu-jitsu gym, and during the off season, I run a wrestling club. My wife is a pediatric nurse, and we were just talking about ADHD this morning and how our youngest son, when he was premature, the doctors told us that most premature children are hyper or have attention issues later in life. And I just want to give my opinion on it. I'm not a doctor, and I don't go against the doctor's advice. But I will say that I think that kids that are hyper, it's in their nature, but I think that they're also kids. So they have to learn how to pay attention, and they have to learn how to learn, and they do need things like discipline in their life. And please don't go to jiu-jitsu and wrestling to find discipline, okay? Because those aren't the places to find it. What you're going to get at jiu-jitsu and wrestling is you're going to get a person like a coach or instructor to engage your kid who has a hyper disorder or attention disorder. We're going to get to engage your kid and push their intellect. We're going to try to get them to engage their intelligence, because usually they're very smart. They get to use the output that you want. So they're going to be very energetic, and they're going to get to use that energy on the mats against other children. Of course, there's always going to be a live session so that they're able to freely think and use their energy and try to apply it to another person. If they don't, they're going to end up losing, and that's kind of a negative reinforcement to work hard. So we want kids that are hyper, or that if you think have ADHD, we want them in jiu-jitsu and wrestling, because they make great athletes in those sports. But two, it will help you as a parent learn that through those sports, that it's going to help them deal with their ADHD better. In a social aspect, they're getting to engage with other people. People with ADHD generally do like to engage with other people because they're hyper. I don't think most hyper kids, they don't like to do that alone. Like I said, they're getting the physical output, and they're getting their intellect pushed, and they tend to make very good wrestlers. I think most successful wrestlers or jiu-jitsu guys, if you ask them when they were younger, their parents are going to say like, oh, they were hyper, or we thought that he had an attention deficit disorder. And the other reason would be because I wanted my son to do more exercise, because they were, maybe they were a little heavier, or they were out of shape. And that's another way to think about it. And I'm not comparing anybody's children to animals, but like I have a Jack Russell, or I have a Beagle, and the Beagle is a little bit lazier. He cuddles more. And then you have a Jack Russell that's a hyper dog that is going to need more energy, more output. And it's just, those are two different animals, and it's in their nature, and that's how they are. And children are usually the same way. And getting them to engage is kind of how you're going to get them to learn, or how you're going to teach them to calm down, but at the same time, when to calm down, and then when to use their energy. So if you have someone that's dealing with ADHD or hyper disorder, it's my opinion and my experience to get them into something like wrestling or jiu-jitsu, or dance, or anything that's going to get them to learn how to control their body in a social environment with other kids. It's going to give them the output they need, and they'll be happier, and you'll be happier. But yeah, share this video if you think it's going to make a parent get their child to engage in a sport such as wrestling, jiu-jitsu, or dance. Share this. It just might make their day. Thanks, guys.